I'm Zachary Daniels, and yeah, I collect vinyl. I think I have been since I've been, I'd say around grade 11, so that put me around 16, 17 years old. There was a record store in Edmonton called Blackbird Records, and that's kind of where I started buying vinyl originally. And just various like going to garage sales with my mom. Usually you can find like a ton of records for very cheap. Usually they're not that great, but that's the fun part, is like figuring it out and kind of finding and searching for records, I guess. Some of my favorite albums would be an album called, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, it's like Egi Bamyasi by a band called Can. Came out in the late 60s in Germany. And yes, labeled as krautrock, which is, I guess, is the characteristics of that would be like kind of repetitive and very kind of driving, kind of psychedelic rock, kind of jazz. So I'm a really big fan of the drums on that album. So like rhythmically, it's pretty nutty. And this album here, Pavement Wowie Zowie, is one of my favorites for its guitar work. I find that a lot of bands in the 90s had some pretty wacky guitar work, like Sonic Youth and Dinosaur Jr. sort of thing. And yeah, and then lyrics too is like, I feel like Pavement's probably one of the only bands where I can like, recall lyrics or don't need lyric sheets to know the songs. I think one of the earlier ones that I got that I thought that I really needed to have was Joy Division's Unknown Pleasures. That was back when I got into that band initially and really loved the album and I wanted to get it physically. And the artwork's really cool, and I kind of wanted have it to something to hold in my hands and kind of look at while I listened to the album. I read that most record buyers these days are like under 25 years old, and I think that just plays into people just wanting to have that physical format again. A lot of the people who are under 25, grew up with the internet and kind of the convenience of that all, and they want something a little bit more personal, I think, or at least I do. Music in general, in terms of buying in physical format, has gone down a little bit ever since iTunes and streaming services. I think streaming services particularly plays a big part into that. And I think it just goes back to the convenience of it, of having like, any number of bands you want to listen to, you can just look it up on your phone or your computer or tablet, versus, going out to go buy a CD. CDs get scratched and stuff, so, that's kind of a bummer too. You can't really listen to it after it's been scratched. Things go in cycles, with music and movies, fashion in particular. Like after a certain amount of years, 20, 30 years, things start to become cool again, so to speak. Human beings are very tactile. We want something tangible, something we can like, feel and grab and, with our hands and sort of thing. And I think that plays into why people want to have that kind of, connection to their music. They can have they can attach, a personal sense of value to it because, you can see it in your room or you can see it spinning when you play it on your record player. I play in a band called Reliable Mamba, and my role in the band is playing guitar, playing rhythm guitar mostly. I do lead every now and then sing as well. We definitely want to get a a vinyl release. That would be cool. I like the idea of having. The cool thing about vinyl too is like you get a bigger amount of space to show the artwork. I think that's why people like myself really buy the records, is you get like it's kind of like a little mini poster or something. You get a big piece of the artwork. So it'd be nice to do vinyl later on in the future. It's a worthy investment because once you got it, then you're set. You don't have to worry about updating anything or any sort of software, any sort of like. Yeah, and you don't need the internet too to listen to music too, which I think is a bonus because like once you got it, you're set. You just gotta buy your records.